Hi, I'm Raymond Wong. I'm Peranakan and I love it. Since young, I've always been interested in arts and crafts. So when I came into this kebaya making business, I thought that it would be a good chance for me to put my passion for arts and craft onto this fashion. The most memorable kebayas would be the kebayas worn by Jeanette Au, mainly because she's from the previous season and she comes back in this season. The first kebaya that we did for her was a kebaya with chrysanthemum flowers and sakura flowers. So you can see that her mother's name was called Juxiang, which is fragrant chrysanthemum, and her father is Japanese, and that's why we have the sakura flowers in the midst of the design. For a first timer who buys a kebaya, I would recommend them to try as many colors as possible. The first thing that they need to take note is when they wear the kebaya, the color complements their skin, because when the light hits the main color of the cloth and goes to your skin, if it makes you brighter, it means that this color is suitable for you. For people who do not know how to match the kebaya with the sarong, usually we would have a contrasting color as the bottom skirt. So let's say if the top is turquoise blue, I would prefer pink or a red skirt. And I personally feel that if you want the kebaya to be a relevant garment for the younger generation, it must also suit to their taste. So I'm not really surprised to see some who like to wear the kebaya not just as a garment, but they also use the kebaya like a jacket bolero over their one-piece dress, or sometimes match it with their jeans. And we shouldn't inhibit this younger generation's preference on how they want to express themselves in the kebayas. Sometimes I also feel that when we have too much red tapes, they may just forsake the whole garment, and we do not want that to happen. When they meet a Peranakan, they expect them to be able to speak very good Baba Malay. Sadly to say, in our today's context, most of our Peranakans like myself, the newer generation back then, we are already being forced to study Mandarin. But one thing interesting about being a Baba is that we speak more English instead at home, and our English would also be mixed with a bit of Hokkien and Malay words. There's sometimes when we are in the taxi talking to Malay taxi driver, and then when you start to use a bit of simple Malay to converse with him, he becomes extra friendly to you, Then you talk, and the whole journey becomes very fun. So somehow it brings us closer together as Singaporeans.